So, welcome everyone, especially welcome Insane. So, right now we are streaming, I should fix that actually, streaming, uh, Cthulhu Realms. And, since most of you guys probably have not even heard of this game, let alone played it, let's do the tutorial. I have done the tutorial, but let's do it anyway. If I could find it. How to play. Oh, I've been pretty good, thank you, Insane. Let's do the tutorial for this game so you guys know what's going on. And we have some pretty nice voiceover work. Oh god, we are actually going to click through this pretty fast, and then we are going to activate voice for this game, because you guys should actually hear it. The voice work is sublime.
These are discarded from play at the end of your turn.
Oh yeah, let's click through this really fast.
Locate how you're any this.
Oh yeah, the game
That's
looks
all
good.
for part one.
Like, it's good on any, like, it will look good on any
Welcome to
machine.
Cthulhu Realms. The
So,
object
here
of
we
the
go.
game is to drive your opponent insane.
Okay, so yeah, like, we just have to drive them insane. That's clear enough.
You do this by playing cards from your hand and activating abilities. This card generates 1 conjuring power. You use conjuring power to acquire cards from the center row to improve your deck.
So yeah, it's like, in Magic it would just be mana cost.
This card generates 1 sanity loss. You use sanity loss to destroy locations and damage your opponent.
So that would basically be, power in Magic.
The object of the game is to reduce your opponent's sanity to 0.
Right here.
Acquiring cards from the center row makes your deck stronger. There are 5 cards in the center row at all times.
So is it like blackjack? Or poker?
When a player acquires a card, it goes to their discard pile, and the top card of the general deck is placed in the center row. The top card of the general deck is always visible.
Which is nice, because we can then, like, if we have a lot of summoning power, we can take a cheap card and then calculate if we will be able to take the card that's going onto the board. Which is pretty nice.
Initiates are always available too. There's no limit to these. They're everywhere! When you run out of cards, you reshuffle your discard pile into your deck. You'll cycle through your deck several times throughout your game.
Yeah, that's pretty basic card
Once
mechanics.
you acquire a card from the center row, it's yours, and you don't have to pay anything to play it.
So we basically just, like, if we want a card from the center row, we just need to use our summoning power, which will be displayed here. And it costs 3, so if we have 3 we can take it from the center row and put it in the discard pile.
At the end of your turn, you discard any cards you haven't played from your hand, and all artifacts and entities you played this turn. You then draw 5 cards. If you can't draw 5 cards, you draw all the cards in your deck. Reshuffle your discard pile into your deck, and then draw until you have 5.
So that's simple enough.
Let's take a look at some card abilities. This card generates +2 conjuring power.
And we want a lot of that.
This card also has a prerequisite ability. You can't use an ability unless you meet the prerequisites. This ability requires you to have another yellow card in play. If you meet this requirement, this ability lets you draw a card.
Which we want a lot of.
Prerequisites always appear at the top of the ability symbol. Some abilities have more than 1 prerequisite.
Which is simple enough.
This ability requires you to abjure the card in order to gain the effect. Abjuring a card removes it from the game.
And we essentially don't want that, but in some cases we actually do.
An abjure ability appears at the bottom of the ability symbol. As you can see, this card is yellow, and this symbol indicates that this is an artifact. Artifacts are discarded from play at the end of your turn. This card generates 2 sanity loss, and also heals 4 sanity for you.
And we want to do a lot of damage and heal a lot of damage taken, so that's a good thing.
Note that this card requires 2 prerequisites. You have to have another purple card in play, and you have to have abjured a card this turn. If you meet both of these conditions, you may draw 1 card. This card is purple, and this symbol indicates this is an entity. Entities are discarded from play at the end of your turn.
So that's simple enough.
This card allows you to destroy a location and abjure a card.
Which is pretty nice. It's a very powerful card.
To destroy a location, simply choose an opponent's location in play to destroy. Abjuring a card removes it from the game. You may abjure a card from your hand, discard pile, or from the center row.
So basically we're going to start with a lot of bad cards, and then we want to abjure them so they're not in our deck anymore.
Abjuring weaker cards from your deck, such as goons and followers, makes your deck stronger.
Exactly.
If you abjure a card from the center row, it is replaced by the top card of the general deck. You cannot abjure a card that costs more than 6 conjuring. This ability has 2 prerequisites. You must have a green card in play, and a player must have discarded a card this turn. It doesn't matter which player discarded, as long as somebody did. This card is a location. Locations stay in play after your turn ends.
So we want a lot of locations.
Locations can be destroyed by sanity loss, which must be applied all at once. The number here indicates how much sanity loss is required to destroy this location.
Which makes perfect sense, right?
You're right, that does sound crazy. Anyway, this particular location requires 4 sanity loss to be destroyed. This location is also a sanctuary. A player cannot be damaged if they have a sanctuary in play.
So we want a sanctuary.
This location is just a location. Your opponent can choose to destroy it, but they don't have to. This card also has a double ability. You can choose to gain 2 sanity or gain 2 conjuring power. You can't choose both.
Aww.
A nexus doesn't protect players, just locations.
Which is a good thing.
Let's take a look at the rest of the abilities. This ability lets you draw 1 card, then discard 1 card.
Which can be good, especially in the start.
This will let you fulfill any discard prerequisites.
Which is a good thing.
This ability is very rare and powerful. It allows you to acquire a card that you abjured this turn without paying the conjuring cost, and put it on top of your deck.
Which basically means that if we have a very powerful card that have an ability where we have to abjure the card in order to use that card's ability, that could be to destroy an enemy building, we can then use a card like this to get it back, which is pretty nice.
That's all for part 1 of the tutorial. In part 2, you'll play some Cthulhu Realms.
So let's go do just that.
Welcome to Cthulhu Realms. Here you'll play an actual game, guided by a weird voice in your head. Me! Try not to think about it too much.
But what if I want to?
Just obey without question.
Okay, if you say so.
Notice that you have Miskatonic Hospital already in play. You played it last turn, and your
Right
opponent
here.
didn't destroy it. How nice of them.
Yeah, that was quite nice.
First, play the Pnakotic fragment from your hand. You do this by dragging the card from your hand to the in-play area.
So let's do that.
Because you already have a yellow card in play, you've met the prerequisite for Pnakotic fragment, and you can activate the ability. Do this by clicking on the fragment. Now, click on the +1, -1 ability in the box at the bottom of the screen.
And we
You
want
draw
that.
a card, and you must now discard a card. Click on Follower to discard it.
Yeah, you cannot absolve a card that is in your hand, so we want it either in the discard pile, in the absolvent pile, on the middle board. A follower would never be in the middle board, or in play. So we select it.
Since you discarded a card this turn, you can activate the ability of the ruins. Go ahead, do it.
And now
You can now abjure a card.
Yeah.
Abjure the follower from your discard pile. Select the discard pile, and then select the follower.
and then we select the follower and abjure it.
Now play Yithian. Because you have a green card in play, Yithian's ability is available. Activate it.
So now
You
we
can abjure a card from your
Abjure.
hand, discard pile, or the center row. Choose City of Pnakotis from the center row.
right here.
Remember, you can't abjure anything that costs 7 or more.
But we can still
Now
abjure
play
cards.
the younger Watley brother from your hand.
See, it has that ability where we can take
Activate
something
the
that
bottom
was
ability.
abjured.
This allows you to acquire a card you abjured this turn. Now, choose City of Pnakotis.
Which is a pretty good strategy.
This ability puts the abjured card on top of your deck. Next turn, you'll draw the City of Pnakotis. Now play the Kingsport Harbor from your hand.
Which is pretty nice harbor.
Click on the card to zoom in. You can use the ability since you abjured a card this turn. This ability requires you to choose whether you want 3 conjuring power or 5 sanity. Choose the 3 conjuring power. Choose the 3 conjuring power. Now you have 5 conjuring for the turn. Acquire the Hrilya from the center row. Now you've generated 14 sanity loss. Time to attack your opponent. Your opponent has Watley Farm in play, which is a sanctuary. Sanctuaries protect players.
Aww.
You'll have to destroy it.
Yes, let's burn it to the ground.
Click on Watley Farm. See the large attack button? Go ahead and click on that button.
But what if I really want to?
Attacking the Watley Farm took 5 sanity loss. You have 9 left. Now attack your opponent. Drag a line from your avatar to your opponent's avatar to attack them. You're done for the turn. Click on the End Turn button. Now it's your turn again, but I have to leave.
Aw, but I like the voice in my head.
I like to chatter insanely in the minds of your local politicians, driving them to the brink of madness.
That's good.
You should be fine here. Think you can win?
Of course.
I believe in you. You're on your own.
So let's examine what we have. We have a purple location where we can gain either +3 summoning power or heal 5. But both require us to abjure. Let's go left. If we have yellow, oh, it's a yellow location, and if we have a location in play, we get -5 sanity, which is pretty good. And we have a sanctuary, which is pretty nice for us. And if we discard a card, we can updraw. Okay, let's see here. We are able to discard a card, updraw a card, and draw a card. And -5 if it's active and we have a location. So let's play the king in yellow. Let's see, what do we have here? City of Narcotis. -3 sanity and -2 extra if we have a yellow in play, which we do. So far, so good. And we have a purple entity. -2 sanity for the enemy, +4 for us, and draw a card if we have absolved a card and have a purple in play. We have a purple in play, which is good. Now we can activate this ability, absolve a card, but do we want that? Not quite yet. See, we can now play this card. We are up to 23. We could kill them in one turn. But let's actually just do that in right now. Let's just do it. But this was a tutorial. We expected that. So that's how we play the game. And I think we have time for one match. So let's go to campaign chapter 1. I have completed the first one with all 3 achievements. I have completed the second one with both 2 of 3 achievements. Let's do the first one. Just because. No.
You are Blaine Carver, Special Auditor for the newly formed Internal Revenue Service. It's your second day. You and your team have been assigned to investigate the offices of Providence shipping magnate Jacob Blessington. Despite having wealth beyond the dreams of avarice, Mr. Blessington last year paid only $14 in income tax.
Not a lot.
The train to Providence is uneventful, though gloomy and weirdly moist. Providence is similarly dank. Your team arrives at the main office of the Blessington Shipping Company, a large building that spans the shoreline next to a particularly angry ocean.
Moist.
You enter the building warehouse and are confronted by several dock workers. Their dead-eyed stare is unnerving, but you're here to collect taxes and will brook no interference. There is a low hum in the air. You decide to address the men in your sternest tone. What could go wrong?
So let's go and find out what could actually go wrong. And we have some dock workers, and we want to drive them insane. Let's see, we have an initiate, a follower, a goon. So basically right now we can get either one bonus sanity or 2 conjuring power. We might want to go with conjuring power. That's a possible of total 3 summon power, a possible total of 3 sanity, 4 summoning power, and 5 summoning power. So let's play that. All of it. So now we are currently having 3 summoning power, 1 sanity loss for our opponent, if we so decide. We want to get some good cards in our deck currently. So let's pick something where we will be able to discard some cards. It took most of our mana, but it will be worth it if we draw it. No, we do not want to end our turn. We actually want to do 1 damage to them. So we're just going to play everything again because we don't really have any other good options. We want more summoning power. And see, we want a card like this one because it has 3 summoning power. That's pretty good. And we want this one right now because more summoning power and some healing is always good. And we do 1 damage. So is everyone with us so far? How are you guys all doing? G, Insane, Renda, and Meso. Are you enjoying us driving our opponent insane? So now we have an entity. So we play it because we need to. We play this. I'm glad you do, Rinda. And before we do anything more, we want to draw 2 cards and put 2 down. Right now we don't care about damage, so we're going to discard our goons who only give 1 sanity damage. And we want to discard a follower because all the other cards are basically just better. But now we can summon this. And we can summon this. And now we can get to summoning power. We're up to 7 now. That's pretty nice. So right now we have the choice of either getting this one, which have that abjuring thing, or we could get this one, which would give us more draw if we have purple. But we would actually like this one because we have some nice green cards. And we play our nice follower, and we're going to get this one because it's better than one of the initiates over here. And we're going to do 2 whole damage. Nice. We have a lot of followers. Sadly, there's not much we can do right now. But we can draw 2 cards and discard 2. We want to discard the goon and 1 follower. But now we can get this one down. And the rest of them down. This gives us 3 power. What do we want? For 3 power we can only get this one, a location, or an initiate. We want the location. And we can get another initiate, which is better than nothing. it's still better than a follower. Ooh, we got a nice hand. So right now we want to draw 2 and discard 2 because better chances. Out with the follower, out with the follower. Right now we want to get our entity down. We want to get our artifact down. We want to get our other artifact down. So far so good. Here we can draw a card if we have purple in play, and we do, right here. We can also draw 1, discard 1, and this is why we didn't play all the other cards yet. So right now we want to get rid of the get the goon down, and now we can absolve a card. And since we don't really want another goon, we can updraw it. Good night, Meso. And don't worry. If you're not feeling well, you should not be watching. Like, I would rather you being well and coming back tomorrow than, say, not be well and never coming back. So, go and take care. And have a good night, Meso. We can choose either the port or the sanitarium. And I think we are going for the sanitarium because we can get this regardless. And now we do 7 damage because we can do nothing else. Bye for now, Meso. I will see you tomorrow. That's 3 and this is 5. So right now we actually want another one of these because you can never have too many locations. So now we are just going to end turn because we can't do much else. Ooh, we got a location. That's always good. As always, we want to draw 2 and discard 2 because we could have gotten some locations maybe. We want to get our location out as early as possible. And we can updraw a card, and we want to do just that. We don't want a follow. We want as few followers in our deck as possible. So now it's gone from play entirely, and we want that. And now we play everything we have. And we choose to get some summoning power. And we will now choose to get a card. We can choose to get this one, this one, this one, or that one. And we want the one over here, I think. Mostly because we can updraw a card and we gain some summoning power. We want that. And then we do damage to the Dark Workers. Ooh, this is good for us. So, as always, we want to draw 2 and discard 2. Especially our 2 followers. We want to updraw a card. We might actually want to wait with No, yeah, no, we want to do it right now. And we want to abjure one of the followers, because we already have too many. We get our artifact out. We get our location out, because we want to have it out. We always want to have our locations out. Right now we want more summoning power, so we're going to ask for just that. We get our follow out. We get our initiate. But we might let's see, again, conjuring power. Do we have anything that requires us to abjure? We do. No, wait, is that no, that's if we abjure it. Yeah. And this one, if we abjure that, 5 sanity. We don't want that. We want the location. So we are just going to do this. We have 8 power, which means we can now get this card with the very powerful ability to get back abjured cards, which is very, very nice. And then we do 3 damage to them, because we can do nothing else. Oh, and we can do 1 more damage. Let's go for that. We can't do anything else now, so we end the turn. Ooh, we got a location and 2 entities, which is nice. We don't want to abjure just yet, we want to draw first. And we can get rid of the follower and the follower. So far so good. Now we want to play basically everything. Lots of nice bonuses. Let's get some conjuring power. And some conjuring power. We want conjuring power. We have no reason to actually take any damage yet. And now we abjure something from the discard pile, which would be the follower. We don't want that. And now we abjure another follower, which means we are near rid of all the very bad cards. So next time we are going to get a really, really good draw, probably. We now want to get like this artifact, because it has draw if you abjure it, and draw this one. Just a pretty decent card, and we can get another location, and we always want another location. Let's do some damage to the dog workers. And because of our current cards, oh, we actually have an ability we can enable, which is summoning power, and we want that to get this card. So right now the enemy will draw 1 less card, which is 4, which is good for us. So let's end the turn. Ooh, that is a good hand. We got a pretty good hand. Let's see. We want some summoning power. And we want to draw 2 and discard 2. Because now we can discard the 2 initiates. And now we can play everything. Lots and lots of bonuses, and we want that. Abjure a card. Yeah, let's get rid of one of the initiates. Draw 1, discard 1. Do we want that yet? No, we do not. abjure one. We might do that in a moment. Draw one, discard one. Yes, we want that. Draw one, discard one. We actually wanted to have that in play, but it doesn't matter. And now we abjure a card. And we abjure the follower because it's the worst card. Now we have an ability we could activate, I believe. Oh yeah, we could choose whether we wanted summoning power, and we do. Because now we can get the vampire and get this special ability, which we really want. And I'm going to continue the stream until we're done with this match. So don't worry. No, we don't want to end the turn. We want to do 15 damage, which is... We actually want to kill that and then do damage to them. Oh, a fairly decent hand. As always, we want to get some summoning power. Not yet. We want to draw 2, discard 2. Because now we got some better cards and we can just discard the goon and the follower. And not yet. We want to get a purple out. We want to get a green out. We want to get let's see, abjure and get that rid of that follower. Let's see the ability here. We want more summoning power. Like, we already have more HP than we started with. And now we're going to do something very cool. Which card would be best for us? I think it would be best to get this one. So we're actually going to abjure that. Yes. And now using we draw one card. We get this one out, and now we decide to get this card. Nice. We decide to draw one, discard one. We discard the initiate. We get down this medical stuff. We're up to 73. That's a lot of HP. We have 7 summoning power, 12 damage. We get this one down. We can now abjure, which we absolutely will. Abjure the goon, because the initiate is still better than the goon. We will get this one down. We will use that to gain 3 summoning power. And abjure the initiate. Nice. And we are up to 12 summoning power. We can get some pretty nice stuff now. We can actually get the 5 that is going to come down when we take the 7. So we are going to do just that. And then acquire this. We now deal damage to the location. We don't want him to have any locations. And then we deal the rest to him. Or to them, I suppose. And we are done for this turn as far as I can see. So let's end the turn. Oh, that is a nice hand. So let's start by getting some summoning power. Not up, draw 2, discard 2. Because we had not that one, an initiate. Not that one. Not that one. We're going to get rid of this one, I think. Then have this one, not yet, because we are going to get this one out, this one out, this one out, this one out, and this one out. Then we are going, are we going to updraw yet? No, we're going to draw a card. Not yet. Draw a card, discard a card. That one has more summoning power, so we want that. And it can updraw right away. Then we're going to play this one, giving us 7 summoning power. We are going to updraw this 6 power card. And then we are going to claim it with our nice Kisaya Mason. Which means we will get it next turn. And we have an ability, let's see, down here to updraw a card. We might as well. And we updraw the initiate. What do we have in here? Only the initiate, we don't want that. What can we do? We can actually draw a card. Get the card out. Use that to updraw a card from here. And I think we actually want this one. Then we're going to use this one to drag it out. Then we use... What the... Did I just miss it? Oh yeah, here. We get some summoning power. We then use this to... or do we? Do we actually want the initiate back? Um, 10 summoning power means we can get this one, which is still pretty nice. And we can get this one and one of these two. So let's do that. We can destroy his location, so we're going to do that. And let's see, is there anything we want? We can actually do a neat little trick, which is we want something next turn. So we want more damage. We updraw that card and we drag it right back. Which means we will draw it next turn, guaranteed. And now we kill him. That was kind of a wasteful move, but we did it just because. And all achievements. Nice. Yeah, we had double the amount of HP we needed for the green achievement. We probably, very likely, had 3 of each of the 4 colors in our deck. and we upload at least 6 followers and 2 goons, so that's good. I think that's it for today. Next time I stream, which will be tomorrow in about 24 hours, we will be streaming first Paladins, Heroes of the Storm, then Hearthstone, and if time allows, we are going to look into the second chapter, or the second mission of the first chapter, sorry. So, have a nice day or evening or whatever it is by you right now. And I will see you tomorrow.